Welcome to Viewer Gameplay Analysis, where I look at your gameplays with my eyeballs and tell you what I think. Today we're on Standoff playing some Domination, this courtesy of Tryonce. Something I don't recommend doing. You should try multiple times. But anyway, we are rolling with the Scorpion with Suppressor and Fast Mag. But you do have Ghosts, so I'm not going to complain about Suppressor. Hardline, Scavenger, Ghost, Dexterity are your perks. Pretty standard setup. This is much more of a Slayer type role. With Dexterity, you know, kind of moving fast, and Ghost Suppressor with the Scorpion Evo. I expect a lot of kind of in-your-face action from this game. Along with an EMP C4. That's what I like to roll with. Can't complain. And Scorch Streaks are Counter UAV, VSAT, EMP. That's fine. I like to roll with the UAV as opposed to counter UAV. I like to help myself more than I like to hurt my teammates. Unless I'm doing UAV, counter UAV on both. But anyway, let's start the game. You get into this game late, where your team's getting 3-capped. Let's see what you can pull out of here. Alright, right off the bat, would not come into this building with Scorpion Evo silenced. Scorpion has some of the lowest damage per shot in the game, and with it silenced is even worse. So you get the kill, run away, because that guy was there, head glitching. Also coming upstairs into this building, probably not the best idea with the Scorpion. Once again, you have no range. Good, recognize the guy in the building. You have no chance of winning that fight. Run away. Now, if you're going to go for him, that's fine. No one over there. And if you're going to go for the guy, that's fine, but you might want to do it soon. So, I mean, your team's doing a lot of the work. What I'm worried about is, I mean, you're playing defense right now, which I guess I can understand, because you need to rebuild the points. But this is not usually how I imagine someone using Ghost Silencer in a game of Domination. Not really a defensive-like role. It's much more of an offensive role. But, I mean, it seems to be working out for you right now, so not really going to say anything. So the enemies are kind of all clustered up. That's where this is a perfect time to engage. They're all clustered up. If you ran behind the barn, or if you run behind the barn, I don't know, you might do it. If you run behind the barn, you should be able to catch them off guard. You get tagged by the EMP, which is fine. Alright. So, oh, alright. Guy almost caught you there. He was expecting you. Now, I mean, you guys are 3-capping them, but it's really barely any thanks to you. I mean, you're doing okay on the defensive end. You're finally taken down. If you're going to play defense like this, you need to change up your position. I understand, like, oh, I was in the lower section, now I'm in the higher section. The point is that they know that you're in the building somewhere, and there's only 2 spots you can be. So if you're going to play defense like this, you know, kill down here, fine. Move over to the opposite side, get a kill there. Then maybe move upstairs. Keep them on their toes. Make sure they never know where you are. Because when you just hang out in this building all day, it doesn't matter how much ghost you have, they're gonna know. I think you're being a little too paranoid. Also, it's like you're almost afraid to get into a gunfight. Taken down there. Not really sure where that guy even came from. Because he kind of came up from the left side, which is rare. Good kill. I think you're being, once again, a little too paranoid. I mean, you proved me wrong there. Alright. 3 people coming out of that building. Didn't really expect that. I mean, probably anyone would have died there, you know, to shotgun right in your face in a corner that no one ever goes to. So nothing you could have really done about that. And here, I mean, you saw the person in the you know, the doorway over there. That kind of took away, or was a distraction for you, and you got killed from right in front of you. But once again, he had a shotgun. Not much you could have done about that. Looks like he is spawn flipping again. And Sticking to the outside of the map's okay. And, you know, being a Slayer and stuff, it looks like a lot of them have Ghost. He's just getting annihilated by these shotguns. Which is why Scorpion is a rather tough call on this map. If you're in the buildings, shotguns are basically within range of everyone all the time. And if you're outside, an assault rifle or a long-range SMG like the PDW or the MSMC are a better choice. Scorpion Evo is like, it does inside well if no one else has a shotgun, but I think a couple of people on this team have a shotgun, but it doesn't really do that great outside, as evidenced by that right there. Round's about to end, so I don't really have anything right now. You guys kind of brought it back, rather your teammates brought it back for you guys, so you guys have quite a healthy lead. Hopefully you can hold on to it. Let's check the scores. Everyone's leaving, kind of lame. 5 and 6. I mean, it's a rough start, but let's see if you pick it up. All right, so going to get A. I hope you don't go up the middle. It doesn't look like you're going to. That's good. And so approaching here. Quick tip: if you sprint over here, you will be faster than anyone coming from C if they sprint over here. Once again, I think you're being a little too paranoid. Good catch. Good catch. I guess your paranoia, you know, worked out for that one. But I think you seem very afraid to engage. You're being almost overly cautious for someone who has, or for someone who's not able to be seen on the minimap. That was a good flank. Unfortunately, there was no one there. Pushing up here. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Run, 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 run. Alright, don't chase, don't chase. Alright, that kill, I mean, it wasn't exactly a chase, but you left yourself right. You kept yourself in the same spot, and that's perfect opportunity for someone to just jump right back. You know, those kind of go 50-50, you know. If you kept shooting, or if you kept shooting, maybe he would have jumped into your bullets. I don't know. But in something like that, probably the best idea is to run away. Okay, right here, worst situation to be in all the time. They just cap B, someone dies right in front of you. Happens a lot. Worst thing you can do is go to engage there, because there's always going to be someone either against the wall or moving over to the truck. And oftentimes, if it was like a group effort to cap B, they're going to come around the opposite side, so it's the left of where you are right now. So I hope you go left. You don't go left. Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect spot to die. You almost died right there. And did I call it? Oh shit! Did I skip ahead? What happened? Oh, I switched players. My bad. Okay. So yeah, blah blah blah, and you're here, and you get killed from the flank, which I totally called. So here, I like that you're going towards B. Usually, whenever there's a spawn flip, the teammates usually like to run directly to C, because it's just kind of like they're in a panic, like, oh my god, we gotta get something right now. And to get pressure on the other side of the map is a good idea. Unfortunately, you have too many teammates over there by C, so they weren't really able to help you. You just kind of got caught, which is, you know, it happens. So getting A, constantly moving around. Good, good, good. Good catch. I didn't even hear that. I don't know how, there was like some wizardry right there where you're able to just see that guy. And you lose a gunfight, so. But I hope you recognize he's coming up the middle. Good. Oh, bad. Another lost gunfight. Maybe if you would have recognized it a little bit sooner, because he was coming up. You know, generally enemies don't kind of come around. They just go right through the middle. Hell, I do it. Wasting time. Jump down. Good. There's no need to be up there when you have Scorpion. And, okay. I guess it was a good move you didn't go get C. And good kill. You saw that there was a sniper up there. And Cap C. I don't know if you are just hearing stuff I am not, because your paranoia is paying off, but usually it shouldn't. Like here, I'm not really sure what you're doing. You're very afraid. I don't know if it's just like, yeah, you're afraid or what. I mean, you're in their safe zone, which would be fine if you had 2 flags or if you were winning, because you're down 10 points and you only have 1 flag. So being over here, you're over here, what, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds? I mean, yeah, sure, you grab that kill, but I mean, you're about to get 3 caps now. And nothing you could have done about that kill or that death. Someone just kind of ran in, you know, right at the last second as you turn a corner. It happens to me all the time. Not sure what you're doing up on this roof. This is like the worst spot for you to be. You're not a super amazing shot, and if you're gonna roll with the Scorpion to be anything of long range, you should be an amazing shot. Right there, that death where he ran into the LMG, no reason for you to run out into the open. I mean, I didn't even know he was there, but I wouldn't have gone to check out this situation anyway, because I have a Scorpion Evo, and it's not a good long-range gun. And usually when you check down that sight line, it's a lot of long range. And it's not looking too good for your team. So I think I'm just going to get into my final notes. Let's check the score. Yeah, you had a lot of people leave, which I'm sure really didn't help. But then again, the enemy team also had a lot of people leave. No one was really carrying on either team. Like here, right now, you're way too much time spent idle or spent, you know, covering a zone. So I'm going to let this run out and give you my final notes. For such an offensive setup, you spend a lot of your time in defensive or idle positions. You didn't really help your team out that much in regards to capping flags. I mean, you got 3, but 1 was right at the start of a round, and 2 were when you were getting 3 capped during a spawn flip. It also seems like you were, like, too afraid to go out and fight people for most of the round. You're creating defense from defense when you should be creating defense from offense. And what I mean by that is by being offensive and being in people's faces, especially with Ghost, you can keep them in their spawn for most of the round, provided that you're actually killing them. Letting them come to you and then having to attempt to kill them is not the best way to do defense. Maybe it works for, like, capture the flag, but for domination, you know, not really a great idea. The gun choice was also a poor selection. I know Scorpion seems like an all-in kind of weapon, but if you're going for close range, go with a shotgun, at least on Standoff. You know, all the shotguns have good range when you're inside buildings. Like, pretty much whenever you're inside of a building with a shotgun, you are within at least damage range. You'll be able to shoot and at least deal damage within a building. You were kind of weird in that you were rolling with what is arguably the weakest gun setup in terms of damage per shot, and you were trying to play defense, and you were like checking out long sight lines, or slightly longer sight lines that you should be when you're using the Scorpion, which is different, but it doesn't really work on this map. I think you're better off playing with an LMG or an assault rifle for the way you were playing, as long as this game is indicative of how you typically play. And I actually watched the other gameplay that you sent to me, which was on Meltdown, and you were using an M1216, which is probably like Rival's Executioner in, you know, range of damage. And that's just, it was more of the same, you know, kind of defensive playing. M1216, not a great weapon on Meltdown. Not a great weapon. Which is the auto shotty for anyone who can't remember what that is. If you like to play defense, if you want to play defense, that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. but I think you need to change up your gun selection. I think it's holding you back from what you'd actually like to do. If you're going to roll with the Scorpion, you need to be more offensive and less scared of dying. You respawn instantly. There's no penalty. Obviously, you shouldn't put yourself in dumb situations, but sitting in buildings with a Scorpion and Ghost and Silencer, not really the way to go. I might be biased, though, considering I like to play a much more aggressive role in my games. There's nothing wrong with being a defensive player. I just don't think you have the right class setup if you're going to be a defensive player. If you're trying to be offensive, then you spend way too much time being idle and in defensive positions, and you waste your potential. You waste your class setup on something that could be much more efficient. Check out the assault rifles. They'll be much more beneficial for what you're trying to do. Score streak wise, you might want to go with the Guardian Sentry combo for that extra defensive power if that's what you're going for. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for sending in your gameplay. If you have any more questions personally, or you want to clarify anything with me, just shoot me an email at probablyunemployed@gmail.com. Also, you messaged me on Reddit, so you can just message me on Reddit. Either or, it doesn't matter. If you have a gameplay that you would like me to analyze, please check the description for the video on how to do so. Also, I am deleting a lot of people from my friends list. It is nothing personal. I'm just trying to reduce the chaos on my friends list. When I do another sub weekend, I will re-add people. Thank you very much for watching. I'm out of here.